In less than 2 months, I'm about to leave my own country. Not because I got caught evading taxes, but because I'm about to go study in Hong Kong. So today, I will be sharing all of my stats and experiences applying to each university. That's right, all of them. So if any of the universities are watching this,
none of you are safe from me.
I've never seen a college admissions results video where the student threatens the universities.
Keith, you've never seen any YouTube videos. I applied to 5 universities in Hong Kong, which are the ones that are listed on the screen. However, in this video, I'm only going to cover 4 of them because I only applied to CUHK in February because I somehow didn't realize that they had a faculty of engineering, and all I've heard from them so far is radio silence. Each university is going to require some pretty similar documents: your transcript, your national exam results, and your English testing score if you're from a non-English speaking country. It's also a good idea to prepare 3 letters of recommendation from your teachers and advisors, and I'll let you know if any of the universities require any more stuff. Yes, HKU, I am talking about you. As of July 16th, 2025, I have been accepted to HKU, Polyu, and CityU, and I have been rejected from HKUST. Disclaimer: please take everything I say here with at least a kilogram of salt. I graduated from my local public high school in Thailand with a 3.93 GPA, and my IELTS score was 8 out of 9. As for my ECs and achievements, first of all, I was chosen to visit CERN. It technically counts as a national level achievement due to the qualifications process. I also had a final project that won a silver medal in a regional competition, and some trivia and English related competitions here and there. But I don't think it was winning the high school spelling bee with 10 contestants that got me accepted to HKU. The admissions timeline starts in September, when the early admissions starts. But the deadlines were in November, so that's when they started for me. The first deadline was CityU's on November 15th, and they let you apply for 3 programs. So I applied for mechanical engineering, intelligent manufacturing engineering, and prime. They have an awards and achievements section where you can submit your
Awards and achievements?
but only if they're national or international level. Now, they do have a section for other supporting documents where you can submit your documents that you think will increase your chances of getting accepted. But I didn't submit my portfolio for some reason. The next deadline was Polyu's, which was on November 19th. They let you apply for 2 programs, so I applied for mechanical engineering and intelligent robotics engineering, which is 1 program. They didn't really have a section where I could sneak in my portfolio, so I didn't. But much like CityU, they did have an awards and achievements section, but instead of only being allowed to submit national and international level achievements, you're only allowed to submit 3 achievements. On the same day, I applied to HKUST, although the deadline was 2 days later. I applied for mechanical engineering, and one thing about HKUST is that they have different sections for awards and achievements and extracurriculars. So make sure that you don't get those mixed up, like I almost did. I did submit my portfolio anyway, because why not? And 2 days right after I submitted my application, they requested my list of subjects that I was taking in my last semester because that wasn't on my transcript yet. And now for our last university, the one that we all have been waiting for, the only one that I have made fun of by far, HKU. Their deadline was on November 27th. They let you apply for 3 programs, but I only applied for 2, mechanical engineering and engineering elite program, the one with big money. Now, the thing about applying to HKU is that you can't just submit your transcript like a normal person. First of all, you need to type in all of the names and your achieved or predicted grades of all of your courses. Then once you click save, they're going to appear in what seems to be a completely random order. And yes, you're going to be confused by it. So what I would suggest doing is to type them all out in a spreadsheet or in a completely different document, and then just copy and paste it into the system. And that's just the start. Before you submit your application, they're going to ask for your advisors/teachers' email address so that they can send your advisors the link for them to upload their letter of recommendation and your transcript. Also, their application system is just overall really weird. Once you upload your documents, you can't take it down and you can't open it to make sure you submitted the right document either. It just stays there. But if you do upload the wrong document, you can upload another one, and then they will consider your most recently uploaded document as your official. Also, make sure you name your files the way they want you to, because someone did not read the instructions and definitely did not do that until realizing that she did not read the instructions.
Wow, such incompetence.
In my defense, I did not know that there were instructions because I simply do not read anything. In December, I started to receive invitations for interviews from all 3 programs in CityU. On December 10th, I received one from the Department of Mechanical Engineering, who wanted to interview me on December 19th. 2 days later, I received another invitation from the Faculty of Engineering. They wanted to interview me for Prime on December 18th. The Department of Systems Engineering emailed me 3 days later, and they wanted to interview me on that same day. But on the very day that they emailed me, something happened. I received my first acceptance. It was from Polyu. I was given a conditional offer where I would receive $225,000 if my overall GPA was over 3.9. A few days later though, HKU told me to complete their aptitude test. And then they went back into hibernation. In January, I accepted Polyu's offer. Now the thing about accepting university offers in Hong Kong is that you have to pay a fee to reserve your spot. If you end up attending their school, they're going to give it back to you. But if you don't, then they're going to keep it. So I paid $15,000 to Polyu, knowing that I may or may not get it back. The payment deadline was on January 27th, so I paid a week before the deadline just in case. And then February came. On February 2nd, CityU emerged out of nowhere to give me conditional offers for mechanical engineering and intelligent manufacturing engineering. The offer that I received was 3.8 GPA and 1520 on the SAT, which I did not have, for $210,000. So anyway, I declined their offer. On February 25th, I received an offer from HKU. Now, the thing about the other 2 conditional offers that I had received at this point was that they explicitly stated, if you get X GPA, you will get Y amount of money. However, HKU's conditional offer stated that if you get X GPA, you will get accepted, and we are currently considering you for scholarships. So anyway, I paid them $20,000 just in case they would give me a scholarship. It was a risk that I knew I was taking, and I just want to put this one out there. I graduated high school on March 31st, but I had to get my documents translated, so I ended up submitting them in April. I have no idea how that happened. One day I woke up and my offer status was changed from under consideration to unsuccessful with no explanation. In May, I started my visa application because I was 90% sure that I was going to go to Polyu. This was also when both Polyu and HKU hosted events when the upcoming freshmen could talk to the student ambassadors and staff about that university experience of each university. And then June came and Polyu started to accept their first batch of hall applications. Anyway, I have received my visa and therefore I am one step closer to becoming a student at Polyu. And I will try to upload as much as I can while I'm in Hong Kong. So get ready for some university content. And yeah, that is all for today's video. I'm sorry if Keith wasn't very helpful in this one. He never is, considering that he just calls me out for my incompetence. Well, too bad I am actually being quite helpful to the audience, as I would say so myself, so he can't really do anything about that. I will now go into hibernation and come back out whenever I stop procrastinating. See you next time. Bye!